comes through Waco, and they always do it bigger in the state of Texas, and it doesn't get any bigger than this. Number 2 Houston and number 11 Baylor ready to get it on as they step on it. James Breeding and Brooks Wells, and off we go here in Waco.
Start off with a backcourt violation to begin. And Spiro, you know when you talk about game.
No Langston Love today. Missed 3 games with the ankle. He returned in their last game, the loss on Tuesday at BYU, but tweaked the ankle, so he is out. Their number 1 bench scorer. Jimmy, that's a big, big loss for Baylor.
Yeah, 11 points a game, and also an experienced player. So against the tough Houston defense, difficult.
That's Jalen Bridges, one of the young men that they're hoping will need to Nisi.
Never quit on a defensive play, too. Even when it's going out of bounds, we've seen 2 plays already where Houston has gone after it. Nice look down deep.
Shed, beautiful dime underneath. It's Jawan. And Baylor's still looking for its first points. Bridges puts it on the deck. That's a clean strip, according to the officials. Roberts.
Well, they go. We're going to see quite a few red shirts in the paint area.
Beautiful attack. Emmanuel Sharp. Minutes decreased as that freshman year went on, but such a big piece. All conference for Baylor last year. And now the number 1 scorer for the Cougars. Shed right through the teeth of the defense.
So
that has become a staple and a calling card under Kelvin Sampson. So much feistiness as their head coach. They work it to the corner. Deep 3. What a stroke by Walter. Boy, this kid has been off the chart.
3 or 4 games, and now all of a sudden he has 2, so he's having a little trouble. Nice look inside.
Malik Wilson is checked into the game. He goes underneath to Roberts. The kick to Sharp. Deep 3 is good.
And notice the way that Houston attacked that halftime. Those are the shots that Baylor has to hit, those wide open shots, because they will not get many of them against Houston.
Sharp inside. Boy, beautiful look. That ball movement, terrific. It's Joseph Tugler.
And they are going.
Tugler, a freshman, former high school player of the year in the city of Houston. Kelvin Sampson and his staff love the kid. Think he's got a really bright future. Underneath, second stab at it for Ojanwuna. The 59% free throw shooter, sophomore. Ojanwuna has given them some good minutes, solid in their road game at West Virginia last weekend. That win backed up Nisi, who got into some foul trouble in that game.
And he doesn't miss many shots either. Oh, nice hesitation.
In one of the all-time careers in the history of a program that's got a lot of history.
Here's that adjustment to Spiro. They've gone back to man now instead of that zone.
Roberts getting right back to
right. Now guys can score with their weak hand, but not as efficiently.
Jimmy, when Houston scores like this, boy, they are tough to beat. They've hit 4 straight shots, and they have locked in defensively at this end. Ray J. Dennis is going to be a goaltended bucket for Baylor. 8-point game.
Yeah, he saw that lane very quickly, and it opened up. And once again, though, look at the 3 red shirts, 4 red shirts coming into the paint area, even though they give up the new building, and it's a terrific building, but give them something to cheer for at the offensive end.
L.J. Cryer has been booed every time he's touched it. That is Tugler.
With Kelvin Sampson's team, can they score enough? But if they clamp down at a team that scores this many points like Baylor, they don't have to score all that much.
Walter starting to cook.
And there's that little punch for the building, more so than Baylor as a team. Get this building rocking a bit.
L.J. Cryer with the silence. And Nisi couldn't put it down in tight. Little trying to get his hands dirty. It's still loose.
Boy, so much action on that defensive end just then with the second and third guys helping out.
Here comes Shed, the driving kick outside to Damian Dunn. And Houston builds on its lead. You have to watch it up close. The intensity of Kelvin Sampson comes through even in his practice sessions.
Yep, the quickness, the attention to detail, and the relentless point of view they have.
Cryer bangs in a 3.
You know, the key thing becomes obviously, oh, well, you say make a few shots. But these guys don't let you make shots. Another good look to the baseline.
Beautiful backdoor cut. There's going to be a goaltend with Bridges taken. Well, there were some folks who thought maybe Houston would have some growing pains. Year 1 coming over from the American. What a first year it's been, leading the Big 12 with 5 regular season games left. Baylor, meantime, able to draw some contact. More than 15 points over his last 6.
Onto the road, to your point a second ago, travels from conference to conference.
Losses this year have all come on the road. Iowa State, TCU, and Kansas. That KU game, really the only game which they were beaten up this year. And right now, their offense is rolling. Roberts again.
Yeah, and it's rolling against that matchup that looks like a 1-3-1 to begin with. They are picking that apart very easily.
Boy, they're going to have to ride the high. There's Jaden Nunn. What a matchup against Shed. Now to Walter.
Just take your time and get a good possession.
Nunn into the corner. That's a 3. Jalen Bridges. Less than 2 months ago, played their first home game here, January the 2nd against Cornell. They're 6-1 in this building. Their only loss, triple overtime against TCU. And Roberts still kind of chew Roberts out yesterday during one little instance in their practice. And boy, Roberts has come to play. Sharp gives it away. Ray J. Dennis comes down the paint. Silky smooth on the floater.
Opportunity right now defensively.
Jamal Shed gets him reset to Sharp. Now to Cryer. Public enemy #1 here in Waco today.
Guys base posted up down low.
Roberts is going to be reaching against Misi. So Roberts, who is just wreaking havoc against this Baylor defense. Last year, most improved player, Jimmy, in the American.
Rebounding numbers are dramatically better on the road.
Play tied for 3rd in the Big 12. Walter misfires there. Baylor in that 3-way tie with Kansas and Texas Tech. 2 games back off the pace set by Houston. Shed go. Watch lists. He's on the Cousy Award list. As decorated a player as there is in the sport. Shed got his hand on it. Walter, what a matchup here. Shot clock at 5. Highly touted freshman putting it on the deck. Elevates over Shed and hits. The McDonald's All-American doing work against arguably the premier defender in the country. Here's a leaner. Roberts, boy, that soft little leaner with his left hand. Team so far in this first half. That's been one of the major headlines for Houston. 14-point game as we hit the 2-minute mark. This will be a reach-in foul as Ray J. Told you about his circuitous route, 8th in the country. In that number 13 Alabama paying a visit to 17th ranked. The attack, left-handed layup, no. Kept alive by Tugler.
One thing about Houston, Spiro, and we're watching it right now in this possession, shots go up. They don't necessarily have to cleanly offensive rebound them, just slap it around.
Shed buries a 3. Big shot.
Yeah, and like I said, offensive rebounds lead to the second chance opportunities, whether they cleanly get them or they just deflect it.
Terrific half for
a game. So when you look at it right now, 39 up there, what's that really score?
Again, a top 5 night in and night out. Cryer in the corner, gonna reset. Inside, boy, beautiful look. Tugler on the finish.
Boy, they together, they are playing, you know, when you think of
friends all season for Baylor offense that has really been prolific. That's in first halves of games so far this season. Errant pass by Dennis off the hands of Walter and
they only have 3 fouls right now. I was going to say, they made 3 fouls up on the board. They may want to take some time off the clock and use a couple of these and make sure they go win.
As he had his game face on here yesterday during their workout. Cryer elevates, off balance 3, misses. But Wilson had it underneath, poked away. And the Cougars are going to come up empty, but that was just about the only thing that didn't go their way, Jimmy, in that first half.
Yeah, and with that was in foul trouble.
Unable to put it down on a reverse, and now Ray J. Dennis back up the floor for the Bears.
Yeah, I think I was just going to say, you have to go quickly just then. Dennis got time. Spiro, if you get a chance to push the ball very short.
And the rebound squeezed by Nunn.
They are very good at it. Aren't they tipping that ball when they're kind of a little bit of congestion and traffic? Big shot here.
Dennis! Get time to shoot. Dennis. What a matchup against Shed. So much experience between those two. Nunn left open. Splash! They're
dragging it all to the middle of the floor. You can't get anything better. Towns with the screening, double sets. Oh, nice isolation here.
Bridges turns, contact, nearly went.
Beautifully done. Little isolation, but it
actually 61%.
and 86% from the line. Not a bad guy to get the.
If you've just joined us, Houston has led by as many as 17. They've never trailed today.
There you go. Go buy somebody.
None accelerates.
There you go. That's putting pressure on the defensive guys. Make you play defense.
Right now, Baylor digging deep. Nice. Roberts, boy, nifty spin to get Houston its for today.
His rebounding numbers alone are almost double on the road.
Shot clock at 10. Nunn probing the defense. Dennis skips it. Boy, Bridges, deep shot.
So far.
The Houston Cougars are taking one in the chin since halftime. Shed underneath to Roberts, working on the box, and he's going to shoot free throws. So far in this game, if you've just joined us. And he builds on his point in Cincinnati. They win this game. Rob going to reset to Shed. 15 to shoot. Houston 1 of 9 shooting in a half. What a pass! Shed, surgical, and then it's Francis on the finish. And your Francis, that's his third.
See, Spear, if you don't use both sides of the floor against this Houston team, that's a nice move there.
125 before they were blitzed by Baylor to begin the second half.
See how they have a guy laying back a little bit right there? That's helping them defensively.
Shed puts it down. And it's Jimmy to win the National Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Terrific.
Big three-point play to try to restore some order for Houston. Their lead now at 8. As we come up on the midway point of the second half. Walter is bumped. He's going to shoot 3. 11 so far in this game. Jim, he's one of only 4 freshmen in the 13 in the loss Tuesday on the road at BYU.
Good looking.
Oh, John Woo.
You just don't know when Shed is going to shoot the ball. He's so crafty.
This is Dennis.
There you go. Back to the lane.
To the box. Friendly bounce.
Yep, I like the adjustment.
Dennis, the double transfer. Huge since halftime. Shed picks up the dribble. He's bottled up. Out to Sharp. He's been quiet. Lets it fly. Picks up the dribble, guarded by Nunn. And now they're going to reset as we move inside of 9 minutes left. Second half here in Waco. In a massive game. First place against the number 3 team in the Big 12. Sharp the spin. Somehow puts it down.
Oh, second one he pulled away. Nice. There we go. That was a bad Shed maneuver. He just put his hand on his forehead just then Spiro.
Bridges the steal ahead to Nunn. This is Walter. Corner pocket 3. He buries it. Kansas, Baylor, and Texas Tech for third place. Boy, the quick inbounds. Shot clock is at 2.1, so they've got to work quickly here. Walter, the fake, the floater, and he 13 to shoot.
Man-to-man, but they're squeezed in the middle of the floor.
Cryer, and the former Bear has another triple. That quiets this crowd down again. He's done that a number of times in this game. As he makes his first return to Waco. And again.
Tough one.
Nisi saves it, but Sharp comes out of the fray. Coast to coast, lays it up. Boy, that nearly went. What a break for Baylor as Walter got him around the back. And Emmanuel Sharp, Jimmy, who is best competition this season for Houston. 5 minutes. Houston has extended its lead back to 8. Walter. At that time, offensive rebound. Bridges pivots back up, flicks it up to the rim, and he takes a shot. And money's worth.
Yeah, it's always great when you get fouled once and then somebody takes a swipe.
5 and 2 since.
work there by Nunn. Did you notice how he quickly got back to scoop that up off the floor? Force the action with the dribble right now. Force the officials to call some fouls.
Bridges.
Here we go.
Dennis hounded by Shed. This is Bridges. Waltzes into the paint. He coughs it up. Ahead of the field, he Shed. Lays it up. Nunn got him from the back. 3 minutes left. One possession game. Boy, Baylor has been in a number of these games, haven't they, this year? Shed down the paint. Lays up. He's missed 8 straight shots.
That's a swipe by Roberts in the middle of the floor, too. So how important was
against TCU. And right, second year.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
You talk about dominance. Houston hasn't trailed in weeks. Short to the cup. He missed it. Francis on a stick back.
But he brought 3 Bears with him on that drive, allowing the offensive glass to open up for 2 Houston players.
This is when Houston has been so good late in tight games. Can they do it on the road here in Waco? That is Bridges.
The dude, you have to make a little room for your jumper, and he pushed away and got 2 feet of separation.
Shed underneath. Smart pass. Francis backdoor.
Shed does it with a purpose, an understanding of what's going on, where his opportunities are going to be, either for himself or the setup.
Jamal Shed, one of the elite players in the country.
They got Francis coming through just then. Free throw shooting contest.
18 at the stripe are the Bears today. This place is electric. Shed
looking for one stop here.
Here he comes into the paint, bottled up. Sharp knifes it, he lost it. And this is going to be a reach-in foul.
Clears the ball away.
Sharp hits on the front end. Boy, those are big-time free throws from 3-point game, but still a 1-possession game with 66 seconds left.
Be confident with the ball. Face up and go after somebody off the dribble.
Dennis, here he comes to the cup. He missed it.
Question there, the Baylor's looking for whether that ball got to the glass or not.
Ray J. Dennis, who's been so good in the second half, somehow couldn't hit. Houston trying to run that clock. 12 on the timer, 37 left in regulation. Shed.
Oh, small versus big.
This is the moment he lives for. He elevates too much. 25 seconds in a 1-possession game. Baylor has it down 3.
Yeah, don't need a 3 right here. There
Dennis
you go. Beauty.
Turns the corner. This is going to be a goaltend.
Yep, that got to, when you take that ball, Spiro, to the basket like that, the inside
by Francis, pretty easy call for goaltending.
Yeah, I agree, Gene. And, you know, from a basketball standpoint, if he takes that ball traditionally as a left-handed layup on that side of the glass, I think there's a chance that could have gotten blocked.
Issues that Baylor has played in this season. Inbound.
Got a foul right there.
And then a quick reach. And boy, they went for the foul with Nunn and Dennis. How go?
Can bust it down the floor and maybe get something with 10 on the shot clock.
1 of 2. It's a 2-point game. Here we go.
Let's still go to the basket if you could quickly.
10 seconds. Dennis lobs it. Nisi on the catch. And he lays it in. And he's fouled.
Watch Dennis run the traffic here. He goes over the top because he recognizes in a hurry that Nisi has a mismatch down low. It's big versus little. That's where you have the advantage. And a beautiful catch and a better delivery down on the baseline.
Nisi, 59% free throw shooter. He missed it. It's loose. Shed, 1 second. Shed elevates and hits. Jamal Shed stops the show with a jaw dropper. But Jamal Shed has left them stunned. And boy, looking at the replay, Jimmy, that looked like it's still in his hands.
Yeah, I think you have to look at the red light initially. Watch up top.
Zeros, it's still in his hands. Wow.
I think all you have to do, Spiro, is listen to the crowd and know what the call was to win the way he thinks.
Houston Cougars sole possession of first atop the Big 12, 23-3, 10-3 at conference. They've won 9 of their last 10 against the Baylor team that begins the day in that 3-way tie for 3rd place in the Big 12. Ray J. Dennis, maybe the biggest reason why Baylor was
before his jump shot to give him a little extra boost going to his left.
Back from 17 down and back from the dead are the Bears. Roberts with a little leader. Off balance 3. Bridges, offensive rebound. Messi, none.
Who's going to get it?
Oh, boy, none. It went right through his fingertips, and then it's short. Cryer, they say, is fouled. Scored better than 15 per game. And Muxus chose Baylor. What a decision.
He can still push in overtime. There you go.
None. Here he comes. Baseline. Turn back. How big has Francis been inside?
You just have to keep challenging, though, I think.
Dennis gets him reset. Taking on Shed. Off-balance floater. Misses. And this is going to be a loose ball foul against Houston.
There's Shed with the grab.
Ray J. Dennis readies at the line.
71% free throw shoot.
Better than 19 per game at Toledo.
Remember in the first half against this matchup zone, they had great activity at the elbow, catching it and looking to the blocks.
2 minutes left in overtime. Cryer. Here he comes underneath Roberts, the stumble. Back out, this is Francis on a leader, and he puts it down.
Oh, did Roberts make a play just then, too? Little bit of trouble along the baseline, smart enough to kick it towards the middle. I tell you, they play well together, don't they, in terms of understanding where Francis and Roberts are going to be on the floor at all times.
8 points for Francis. It's still a one-possession game with under 90 left in overtime. Nunn bottled up by Sharp, looking for a seam to spin underneath. Boy, Messi lost it on his way up.
Yeah, could have been a little contact on the dribble, too, in the middle of the lane.
Boy, it was beautifully set up for him, and Messi had a wide-open layup.
Huge possession, obviously, right now. Both ends.
60 seconds. Shed probing. Roberts poked away. It's Dennis. How many big plays has Ray J. Dennis made since halftime? 41 seconds. Let that drama build a little more here in Waco.
Pull up. He's good at it.
Up and under. Missed it.
I don't know about
this
that
is going to be an offensive interference. No basket appeared to be the right call.
I think so. I think because both officials, one on each side of the floor, both had the same call. And I don't think it kicks off. This one might help.
Gene Steratore are right. Exactly, Jimmy.
So catch. And let's look for a fouling opportunity.
Boy, Cryer is tripped. This is going to be on Bridges. Boy, that was not the intent.
No, not at all. But Cryer's the guy.
Or you just think...
Hurry.
Inbound to Dennis. Streaks up the floor. Dennis going to elevate, fire a three. Misses everything. Wilson the clear. He's fouled. And now Houston has a chance to put it away after they took the lead to begin overtime. And
just this game alone, they passed a bunch of tests, I thought.
And they're making a pretty strong case to maybe take over that #1 spot in the country. Roberts just swallows up Walter.
Well, you get the first defensive effort just then by Wilson. That allows the shooter to slow up just a little bit, allowing your big guy to step across and block the shot.
20.3 left. Inbound pass taken away by Shed. Sharp comes out of the fray. Final seconds. Walter is going to foul Sharp. And the Cougars ready to turn out the lights on. As soon as this one becomes final. As back road losses, Iowa State and at TCU. Since that point, they're now going to improve to 10-1. Jimmy, they are as good as any team in the country. And the only question is going to be how far this Cougars team can go.
Because people talk about their defense, and rightfully so, but they can score a little bit better than people will recognize. Spots with the free throws. It's almost as like he's in the gym by himself.
15 points, right at his season average. 3 huge threes. As the last second layup by Nunn will be just a footnote as the Houston Cougars come to Waco and survive in an overtime thriller. 82-76, your final.